Before the opening bell, U.S. indices closing mixed on Thursday. Shares in consumer durables and apparel, automobiles and components, and transportation ending in the red, while shares in household and personal products, utilities, and consumer services, they gained traction. On the economic docket, initial jobless claims declined to 206,000 in the week ended December 8th, continuing claims reaching 1.661 million in the week ended December 1st. In other news, the Bloomberg Consumer Comfort Index declining to 59.4, the import price index decreasing by 1.6% in November, and the monthly deficit digging deeper to $204.9 billion in November. This all while decliners ahead of advancers, 64% of S&P 500 constituents trading lower yesterday. Now, after the markets closed, Adobe Systems reporting fourth quarter adjusted EPS of $1.90 versus $1.26 a year ago on revenue reaching a record high of $2.46 billion. Net income jumping by 35% year over year to $678 million. Starbucks announcing that same-store sales annual growth would remain steady in a 3 to 4% range, even as it expands delivery options in nearly double stores in China. Apple indicating that the company will push software updates to users in China in an attempt to avoid the impact of a court ban on some of its iPhone models in that nation. And speaking of which, Asian markets losing ground today. The Nikkei down 2%. The Hang Seng down 1.62%. China CSI 300 down 1.67%. And South Korea's Kospi down 1.25%. European markets consolidating and U.S. futures calling for a negative start. Now, there's no major earnings expected today. Well, on the economic docket, 8:30 in the morning, we have November retail sales figures, industrial production as well at 9:15, and capacity utilization. 9:45 sees U.S. manufacturing PMI, and 10 o'clock sees October business inventories. Now, taking a look at the markets, the S&P 500 is where we begin. That sees the downside prevail. The Nasdaq, that's under pressure. This while the Dow Jones under pressure as well, but in focus, the relative strength index mixed to bearish. Short positions below 24,560 are favored, with targets at 24,310 and 24,175 in extension.